Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is about what's going on in crypto. Currently, the prices seem to be going down and down and down. We had some big bullish news we thought this week. Executive order signed, enabling U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Then there was a summit, crypto summit that happened this past Friday, and everything seemed to be aligning for crypto to have a big rebound. But none of that happened. And so here we are in March and practically mid-March, and I'm left wondering, is the bull market, did it already happen? Are we heading towards a crypto winter now? Because the prices aren't going where they need to go, right? Right when we were at 99, we are about to cross 100. Then there was that big Bitfinex hack. Things went down again. It seems like whenever we want to cross 100 again and start taking it to the next level with the bull cycle, something always happens. Then I'm left wondering, is it because crypto was meant for the people? Now we got all the big dogs in it, all the Wall Street heads, the hedge funds, all these people in it now. Are they manipulating the market? Then Binance also liquidating longs and shorts, playing with the market as well. We got all these things that are happening that's kind of like keeping a lid on crypto and Bitcoin from reaching the next level and from us having the all season. Now, I say all these things because is the bull market over? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a retail guy, just looking at macro factors, looking at some charts and trying to make an opinion on things. So I'm gonna go over what I'm thinking right now. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I am not leaving the market though. But this is concerning that, the gift and the curse, right? We have all these institutions buying, and yes, it propped Bitcoin up higher than it was, quicker than it needed to be historically. But could that also be a curse? Because when things happen macro in the world, investors get spooked out and they take all their money out. All that money they put into crypto, it's all leaving quickly. And because of that, you see these price dumps. So I'm still hopeful because we're still early in the year, and things can definitely turn around economically. We can get some rate cuts. They could flood the market with some money, and things to turn around on a dime. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, Bitcoin went up 10,000 in like a day. So something like that can happen. But I'll be lying to you if I said I wasn't concerned. I'm like, man, was 109, whatever it was that the high for Bitcoin? And these alts, when they hit these numbers, was that the high? I don't know. But let's see where we're at right now. This is crazy. Let's take a look. So looking here, we see that fear and greed right now, definitely fear with Bitcoin. And the price is definitely reflecting that. Look at this joint right here. Crypto market cap is down to 2.7 trillion, down 4.7%, y'all. And fear and greed is matched what I just showed you there. It's 24, so definitely in fear. Bitcoin dominance is still at 60%. Look at ETH dominance, y'all, 9%. ETH dominance used to be 15, 16%, 9%. Price of Bitcoin is at 82,000. Bitcoin has fallen 12% the past 7 days. ETH has fallen even close to 20%. ETH's fallen for the past week 17.7%. XRP's down 27%, down to $2.14. Solana has fallen 25.8%, y'all. For a chain that does more than half of all the transactions on the blockchain, I don't understand why this price is what it is. Overall market sentiment is down, so I get it. And they had the Libra and the meme stain all over it. I get that. But at this price, Solana was almost 250 not even 2 months ago, and it's down to 128. So if there's any rebound in the market right now, Solana to me is a steal. It's still a steal. Even if we hit crypto winter, I'm still buying Solana all the way down. But hey, I digress. Cardano's 73 cents, down 31%. Pi, believe it or not, this thing was free. It's free mining token. It's up to a number 11, which is crazy to me, but that's down 15%. Just everything is bleeding. Look at Sui. Sui's at $2.31, down 25.9% the past week. Litecoin also down almost 25%, under $100. I can't tell you the last time I saw Litecoin under $100, 96.6. So the way you see it, you can see it as like, wow, it's time to pack my bags and leave, or you just DCA. You know, right now the deals are good. Your average cost is going to go way down because right now there's some deals to be had. But this is crazy to me. I didn't think I'd be seeing these numbers, not with a pro Bitcoin, pro crypto government, strategic reserve, all those things happening. I didn't think this is where we would be. But I think we have tariffs. That's definitely weighing heavy. Retaliatory tariffs. We passed tariffs here in the U.S. China passed tariffs back at us, and we have China and Mexico involved. You add fears of inflation with those tariffs, and the economy, people just don't know. There's no certainty. There's nothing confirmed, and we don't, investors don't like that. So that's why they're taking the money out. Things could change on a dime, though, for sure. And hopefully that does happen. So if we look at CoinShares, as far as what, this is a little bit old, but about 2 weeks ago, we'll see what happened. And if you just look at the flows by asset, 2.5 billion left Bitcoin. Ethereum, about 300 million, 7.4 million left Solana. XRP had an inflow of 5 million, and Sui had an inflow of 15.5 million. Litecoin had an inflow of 1 million. And this was ending February 28th. So I'm still missing the current week. So we'll see what this is. But this is just showing you where the pattern was headed. There was tons of outflow of Bitcoin, tons of outflow in Ethereum, and even Solana. But what's positive is that although people and investors were selling, you see investors also putting money in, specifically Sui. So that's something to think about. So Truflation. This is Charlie Bayo here on Twitter. He says that the Truflation number has moved down to 1.3%, the lowest level since December 2020. And we know here in the U.S., Powell wants, his target is 2% inflation. Now, could this tariff talk and all this happening, could this drive this number back up? Or if the trade wars resume or resolve very quickly, are we where we need to be? 1.3, tariffs really is a non-factor. And then rate cuts happen. That can send everything right back up so quickly. But right now, it's too much uncertainty. We don't know what the future holds. And I think that's what's weighing heavy on these numbers. Crypto's a risk asset, tech's risky, and that's what we're seeing. So looking at the Fed watch here to see if we will get a rate cut, the next Fed meeting, which is March, sometime this month, actually. It is, sometime this month. In any event, it's going to happen, and there's going to be no rate cut. So the date of the next Fed meeting is March 18th. I'm sorry, not March 18th, March 19th. So March 19th, 2025, and the rate will stay put. There will be no rate cut according to this. And this has been very accurate. And you see it's at 98%. So no rate cut. So you add that with the tariff speculation. That's why the market is looking how it's looking, in my opinion. Now, we had the strategic reserve announced as well as the digital asset stockpile. Basically, right before this happened, there was talks that, possibly we would switch some gold reserves into Bitcoin and use that to buy more Bitcoin. But according to this here, there's going to be no active purchases of Bitcoin. It's basically what they have, they've confiscated. They just promised not to sell it and just hold it. And that's all that is. And they made it a point to say that it wouldn't cost taxpayers any money. So they don't want to use any government funds or money to purchase Bitcoin. And that was kind of a shocker to a lot of people that was hoping that's what they were going to hear. Then there were talks that there was a Bitcoin summit or crypto summit this past Friday that possibly there could be a capital gains relief, that if you hold US-based cryptos for about a year and you want to sell or trade it, there will be no capital gains tax. That would have been crazy for the space if that happened. But that wasn't announced either. So a lot of what was announced was basically, a lot of the figureheads in crypto, a lot of the leaders just saying, hey, Trump and the like, thank you for, accepting crypto. A lot of thank you, right? And then there was other stuff about I guess one major thing was that banks can custody crypto. So that's good because I know in the past, a lot of accounts have been closed just for interacting with Coinbase or any um, crypto website. They would just freeze your account. So at least now that's good. And maybe more companies will get into it because it's actually recognized and the US is holding it as a reserve. So maybe more Fortune 500 companies will come in. But at the end of the day, there was nothing that really moved the needle. And since there was such disappointment with what was announced, no extra funds going into crypto as far as government goes, everything went down. But none, I still think this is positive. It's a respected asset now, and that's what you want. And this is David Sachs, what he had to say about, what happened.
So that's the plan with the 200,000 Bitcoin that we believe are in the possession of the federal government. And I say we believe because no one really knows for sure because we never had a proper audit. So that's one of the first things that this executive order provides, that we're going to do a full government-wide audit to find out what digital assets we actually have so they can be safeguarded and moved into a strategy that maximizes their long-term value.
So that was it. Also, Binance, people in the know that are looking at the charts are knowing that these guys are up to something. CZ is no longer the CEO, right? He was convicted and served some time here in the U.S. jail. But if you look at, number one, they sold a boatload of like Solana, over 90% of it, and a couple of other assets they sold as well, which caused the price of those assets to go down. Then they bought again. But if you look at them liquidating the longs and shorts, they gain the most. They're making so much money from that. Just targeting them. And it's funny how he went on to say that too much money is being spent chasing small, quick gains in crypto. And you can add meme coins into that. He said you need to focus on ethical teams that build for the long term. Big money is built slowly with stamina. And I agree with that. That's why I always employ DCA and let the gains come to me. I don't do any perpetuals trades or anything like that. I don't deal with that. I'm a conservative type of investor. So I agree with him there. But I wonder if there's something to him saying too much money is being spent chasing small and quick gains in crypto. I tend to agree with that statement. But let's talk about some good things, right? Texas becomes the first U.S. state with a Bitcoin reserve. Now, this is going to be different from the federal level where the government is just holding it. They're not buying. Here in the state, they're actually allocating funds to add to their reserve. And that's going to be good for the long term. So they passed, it's called SB or State Bill 21. And that is positive. That is extremely positive. So I don't know how it's going to work as far as how much they plan to put in there, how they're going to do it, but probably money from state pension plans, retirement plans, probably going to go right into Bitcoin. And Texas is a big economy. It's not a small state. So this is very positive for that. And I like that. Also, there's other states involved that have Bitcoin strategy reserves coming up as well. Utah's one of them. Arizona's one of them. I think they have either one or two more steps, meaning in Congress, to have that proposed as law. So they're the next closest states to have that happen. Now, I recognize there have been other states that had proposed this and they were denied. But we have Texas, which is huge, that's already passed it. We have two upcoming right behind it. I know Florida is also going to have something going on. So, yeah, there'll be some losses, but there'll be some wins as well. And when the institutions are leaving, because they're scared, these states they're putting the money in. So that's why I don't think that we're completely down yet. There's still a lot of good things happening. And we're still in March. It's just the first quarter of the year, guys. And we know that sometimes historically with these Bitcoin cycles, the bull cycles, at the latter half of the year is when we hit peak. So just be strong, just take this as, hey, discounts. And I know I say this all the time, but I truly believe at some point this year, we will see some crazy gains. And you see here, states are implementing this and it's happening just slowly but surely. It's not happening how we all envision it to happen, but little piece by piece, things are happening for the positive for crypto space. Also, SUI rallies following partnership with Trump's World Financial or World's Liberty Financial. Now, Trump is not really, I don't think, affiliated with this, but they're loosely connected, maybe through one of the sons, and they use his image on their website. But this World Financial, they normally were getting into Chainlink and ETH-based projects. So it's interesting that they chose SUI. Now, I currently hold SUI as one of my alts, so this was positive. Now, on news of this thing went up, but then after with the market, it went back down again. But I still think SUI is a nice hold. And you can tell from this, look at this. Hedge funds and institutions, they're buying too. So SUI is one of the ones that you should keep an eye on. Not financial advice, but, you know, it has some teeth. And they have a lot of good things happening. So, yeah, this is positive. Next, Mexican billionaire Ricardo Salinas reports that 70% of his net worth is in Bitcoin. Notice a trend here. Billionaire guy from Mexico, very savvy. He knows what he's doing. Michael Saylor, a very wealthy guy here in the U.S. They are going all in. They understand. You and me, normal dudes, normal gals, we don't know, right? We're just following what the experts say. Sometimes experts can say whatever they want. As soon as they turn off their podcasts or turn off their phones, whatever they do, they're doing something completely different. These guys are practicing what they're preaching. And typically you follow successful people that know what they're doing, where you want to be in life. You follow their actions. You know, what's their reasoning for doing things? If you really support it and they make sense to you, I'm with it. Next, we have Crypto Rover, just basically showing a chart here saying that retail is capitulating and big players are loading up. So basically, paper hands, people like you and me are selling because they're scared. They're trying to lock in whatever gains they think they're going to hold on to, thinking that we're going to dip much further. Whereas you have the whales, and people, the Michael Saylors of the world, the Mr. Salinas of the world are accumulating because they want more. They know where the price of Bitcoin is headed. So we're selling down here, right? We're selling this, and then they're just accumulating. Not a good thing, guys. Also, this is what I talked about as far as the states that are proposing Bitcoin reserves. It's a lot of states proposing it. So we'll see. A lot of positivity happening. And just to keep it real with you, Montana rejected it, right? Then you have other states like North Dakota, they rejected it. Pennsylvania rejected it. South Dakota rejected it. And Wyoming rejected it. But you have others that are still in the process. They're still moving along. And hey, if we can get 50% of those that propose it on board, that's all we need. It's definitely all we need. So I'm going to leave you guys with this chart here. This is from Brandon Tusk. And a lot of chartists always say that this market right now is mimicking the 2017 market. And it's showing what it looked like, right? And this was the period of 2017 where you had a lot of ups and drawdowns. And then right at the last drawdown, we just, boom, started going up. And the pattern is very similar to what we're going through right now. So does history repeat? Nope. Does it rhyme? Yes, it does. So maybe we don't go straight up like, you know, identical to this, but maybe at some period we have now end of March to June, something like that can definitely happen. And I say you don't want to be left out. You don't want to be outside of the dance looking in. You want to at least be on the dance floor with this. So that's why I'm still DCAing currently. And I know this sucks. Trust me. I know it sucks. You know, my wife is like, how's that crypto doing? And I'm just like, hey, just patience. At some point, things will go back up. And I'm certain of that. We just have too many good things. Crypto's really respected now. The innovation's crazy. Just too much uncertainty right now with the world economy. And I think once that's tightened up and we have some direction, some clarity, some money gets injected into the system, we have some rate cuts happening, I think things will definitely turn around, and they'll turn around quick. So that's why I'm still DCAing. And guys, yeah, it sucks right now. It's probably going to suck for a little bit while longer. You know, I won't be surprised. But that just gives me better opportunities to get into the space, get into my position. So that's all I got for y'all today. Hope you're enjoying the rest of your weekend. And until next time.